Alright brickers, we've just bought a car. Let's go and have a look. That's right brickers, I've bought a 1995 Volvo 960 Saloon 3-litre LPG. So this runs on petrol and it also runs on gas as well, which is a bit cheaper, but it does mean that you sacrifice a bit of space in the boot. I got this car at a pretty good price. There was multiple options that I had with it. Do I make it into my new drift car because the chassis is clean? However, this has solid rear axle, good for drifting. This has multi-link, not so good. Potential to use it for drifting because the chassis is a lot cleaner than my drift car, that's for sure. I could just part it out. I think the catalytic converter is worth quite a lot of money on these and some other bits and bobs, and I could steal some parts from a drift car. I do need a rear bumper. I'd have made probably more money by parting it out, but that's not very good for the Volvos, is it? So I thought, well, I'll put some money into it. I'll get it nice and roadworthy and just fresh and maybe ready for the next owner who might want to do a more extensive restoration. Do things like new suspension and clean bits and bobs up. A few main points that really letting this car down. First one is the wheels and tyres. I've just loaded the wheels and tyres up. They're going off to Stellar Blast to get powder coated, and I've bought 5 new tyres as well. Not cheap ones. I've got some like Yokohama Blue Earth things, so a few £100. So I've got some good tyres. We're going to get the wheels powder coated, so that will help the car present a lot better. I'm going to machine polish it. I'm going to clean out the inside, clean the engine bay. One really bad thing about this car is the windscreen. Don't know how well you can see that there. But yeah, big crack in the windscreen. That's unfortunate because windscreens are quite expensive. I didn't want to mess about claiming on insurance when I'm just buying this, doing it up and selling it. I didn't want to like get an insurance and then claim on it and then try to cancel the insurance, and it was already cracked before I got the insurance, so I didn't want to mess about with all of that. So I've just literally paid to get a new windscreen, so that's coming in a couple of days time. somebody's coming to the house here to fit a new windscreen, so that's good. But yeah, it really wasn't cheap. That's probably the most expensive part, but with it being on the driver's side, it's not good to get MOT. This thing has got a ticket in MOT until April, but I'm going to put a new one on once I get the new tyres sorted, the windscreen. Also, this thing needs some brakes. The front brake pads are very good, loads of meat on them. I think they're relatively new. The rears, the pads are pretty much spent, but the pads are different to the 940, so I'm gonna have to buy some pads, but I'm gonna do discs and pads all round. What else do I need to do? Oh yes, there's some damage. I'd started with the polishing on this part of the boot, and the paint looks like it's coming up quite well. I don't know if you can see the difference there. I'll tell you what, I'll put some footage up. I took a little video in my garage when I machine polished this half. You can probably hear that. Quite a difference. So half my boot is very clean and polished and the other half isn't, but with it being silver, it's quite forgiving anyway, compared to some other colours which would fade more often, like the roof of the drift car. Yeah, on this corner. So this has had a bit of a bad crash at some point in its life, and this door is ruined. So by some miracle, I've managed to source a new door. It's got a little dent in it, I think around up here somewhere, but it doesn't look anywhere near as bad as this. This is horrendous. It's all the way down to the metal, huge gouges in it. So I considered getting this body worked, but I thought I'll just get a different door of the same colour. Absolute miracle that I found one of those for one of these cars, to be honest, but that's good, great. It wasn't cheap as well, almost as much as the windscreen, so that wasn't great. But the guy who's sending me a door is also sending me a coil pack. More about that in a minute. Unfortunately, the damage did go into the wheel arch. I think that's just going to have to be there. When I sell this car on, I've got to draw the line somewhere. I'm not giving this a full-on, you know, I need to sell this car for a profit. That's the plan, a small profit, but hopefully a bit of a profit. Yeah, so damage, gonna get a new door, new windscreen. Let's have a look at the engine bay. Oh no, it's locked. Let me have a look, see if I can find a key. It's crazy how goofy just a stock 960 looks compared next to the drift car, especially with all the camber and the lows. Right, got myself keys. So just a quick look at the interior. We've got our integrated booster cushion. Oh yes, proper Volvo from the mid-90s. Pretty nice leather, but the leather's very dried out. Not much I can do about that. I'll give it a quick clean and a detail. Right, let's open this bonnet. Here we have automatic gearbox. There's not really much that needs doing in here apart from cleaning it. There she is. That's the LPG system there. The LPG works great. On the test drive I drove it all the way home, 45 minutes on the motorway, it was all good. Just pretty honest old brick. I think this will clean up quite nicely. As you've seen, I got the engine cover in the on the floor in the interior. There's not really anything that needs doing in here, everything just kind of works. Oh yeah, of course, the coil pack. Coil pack 2 is bust, so I'm going to stick another coil pack on there and hopefully we'll be running on 6. Inside we've got a factory Volvo extinguisher. Look at this premium sound system. It's so premium. Got your little equalizer there. I love these from the 90s, so cool. What I love about old Volvos, the interiors. Oh, so good. Right, so let's start her up. And we are running on 5 cylinders, which is not ideal. We've got a lander light on. That's the LPG thing there. So for this, that's like your fuel tank, like your level, these 4 lights, and that's red, and if I press it, it'll move on to LPG. The car might have a little cough. No, it's okay. And then you see we're running very low on LPG, or maybe empty, I'm not sure. So I need to put some gas in because I did run out, but there you go. Now this car is quite well equipped. We have got aircon, we have got heated leather seats, which work sometimes, standard 900 series. We have a sunroof, electric sunroof. We also, you see here, we have cruise control, which also works. Full electric windows, your standard 900 series and 700 series. Door card leather ripples on the top. Pretty much every brick I've ever seen has this. If you have a door card without wrinkles, then something's wrong. Yeah, so I think that's about it for the interior, really. We've got our automatic things. Let's have a look in the boot. Rev it right up, lad. Now we're on the back here. I do really like the saloons. I love the back of them. I love how square they are. I love the massive tail lights. Really want them, although, you know, obviously I'm a wagon guy, but we'll have a look in here. Swedish Boost Mafia, I think. Is that from Swedish Boost Mafia? It might be. 3 litre. You can see we've got original, I think they're original plates, but they're cracked. They've got this horrible chrome surround, a few cable ties for illegal activities. So, one of the parts that I have so far, hoping the boot isn't going to fall on my head, got some new number plates. I'll keep the old ones just because they are the original plates. Some people like that kind of thing. I will be able to piece together a full toolkit out of this. And if you have a look under here, that's your LPG tank. Bit of rubbish. There's loads of receipts and paperwork. So, you know, there is history with this car. The official service history goes back to 2005. I've got a fog light from my drift car because the one on the passenger side over there is yellow. And look at this, man. 6 CD changer. Beast. Look at that. Remember compact discs? Oh yes. Yeah, so there she is. I think with a little bit of TLC and a bit more money, I think she'll come up really nice and be a nice, honest daily for someone. I think it'll be a great little run around. I'm a bit worried about how much money I'm going to have in it once I've done all the work, but I think it should be good. And you see here, got our new Yokohama Blue Earth ready to go on the stock wheels, but you see the damage there. Pretty much all the wheels are really badly damaged, so I'm gonna go off the Stellar Blast now. We'll get the wheels powder coated and they'll fit the new tyres, and I think it's pretty cool that we've got 5 wheels, 5 alloys, and we've got 5 new tyres, so it'll just really help the car present that much nicer. I'm just about to film some like kind of side-by-side stuff. Might chuck the odd reel up on the gram, see how we'll go. I think the next video on this car will be the start of the transformation. I think I've got a lot of hours to put in polishing and cleaning up and things. Oh, there is a bit of a knock on the suspension somewhere. I'm hoping that's just anti-roll bar drop links. That would be nice. Thanks very much for watching, Brickers. We have as well as more videos to come on the 960 before it goes up for sale. The drift car, we have 2 drift days that I did in December, one at the beginning of December I think, and one on New Year's Eve. 2 videos that I've still got to edit and publish on the tubes. Imminently, in the next half an hour, we've got a package arriving for the drift car, and since you've watched for this long, I'm getting some new suspension. This car is going to go through a bit of a transformation in the next month. What we're doing, putting the NA cylinder head on with the big cams, full BC racing coilovers all around. We're getting our lower control arms extended, new fuel rail, and then I'm going to get retuned, so I'm going to have a proper 400 horsepower map and a 300 horsepower map, fingers crossed, for round 4 of the Winter Battle Series at Driftland. So anyway, I'm rambling now, Brickers, so thanks for watching. Peace.